So you said that you've seen every episode of this show.
As far as I'm aware.
Yeah. Because I was looking at it and I was like, all right, cool. Maybe we can talk about this on the podcast. And it says it's 8 seasons long and only 3 of them are on Netflix.
It's 4 now. The fourth one just came out.
But
but there are 8 seasons of this?
They're like the latter episodes.
I hadn't seen
apparently the first 4 are missing.
Oh, I hadn't seen those. I've only seen what's on Netflix right now.
People have been watching this guy kill things for a long time.
Just missed again. No one to blame but me.
Man, this guy's just like a terrible hunter, and they gave him a fucking show. Get down.
C-Man's cut me off.
Travis thought real hard about going in that direction. You know what Jim's a lot better than. Don't say. Check. Fuck!
I like to show how things connect throughout life. All
right, welcome everybody. This is our 3rd episode of Safety First.
Wah, wah.
I'm your host, Drew McCoy, making sure to introduce myself this time.
What?
Yeah. And I'm here with Sebastian Zenz.
Well, hello there.
And Travis Bennett.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. How's it feel to get stepped on, Travis?
Oh, yeah. It's quite all right. It's all right, you know. Can't nobody steal all my thunder.
There's not a lot of thunder to steal.
Oh, come on.
There's like some.
You and I both know that's not true.
And you're thinking it's like your thunder that comes from lightning is thunder that comes from like one guy clapping in an audience.
Oh, man, see, man, that's why you gotta break my heart like that.
It's because I love you.
Yeah, right. You're not really proving it.
All right, so what
you
are we
want me to
talking
prove
about
it? I'll prove it for you.
I really, really, really kind of want to touch on this madness.
You want to touch on it?
Yeah, just touch on it. We're gonna
real quick.
three finger roll touch. You know,
We'll negotiate this fourth
Popeye. this Popeye's chicken
sandwich. Should we just try and just derail it?
Oh man. No, don't do
so
that.
Chick-fil-A?
Make this different. Well, funny enough, it started off with a kind of like a tweet feud between them and Chick-fil-A.
Can't even do that because Chick-fil-A is like incredibly homophobic.
Oh yeah.
So maybe we should talk about that at some point. But
that's probably a good one. Yeah.
Yeah. They.
So the one in response to Chick-fil-A.
Yeah, I got nothing for that.
For what? Oh, the Popeye's chicken sandwich?
Is that like honestly like a feud? Is it like Popeyes versus Chick-fil-A?
Well, it was just kind of like a quick one. Like
I think it started out as a feud, and then everybody overwhelmingly voted for Popeyes that it just became a
really
thing.
No, I remember when Chick-fil-A came to town. That like everyone like were lining
No, but that was a couple.
I had a friend who was the first 100, the first 100, and she got free.
Actually,
whatever.
Yeah,
nuggets for a year.
That
or whatever.
is a different situation than this
I was
situation.
like the first person. One of the probably within the
you were a
first
doorbuster at a
50.
Chick-fil-A.
No. So when we owned a cleaning company, we had this one place that we cleaned, and they did all of the marketing kiosks for big companies, Xbox One, kitchenettes, like home remodeling and stuff. Like they're the people who would get a semi or something like that, and completely just trick it out to whatever the people would need. So Chick-fil-A came to them to build them a like a little mini kitchen inside the back of a semi that could produce like 100 chicken sandwiches per hour. And they did a test run there once they were done with it, and left all those chicken sandwiches there. And I was just the cleaner of the place.
So you just cleaned up all those chicken sandwiches?
No, we cleaned up some chicken sandwiches.
We were there, and they were just like, here. I mean, 100 people didn't work at that place, but like, if everybody had like 2 or 3, then maybe. But yeah, I got to have Chick-fil-A right then and there before they even came out with nothing. So booyah.
Okay, you say that, but 100 chicken sandwiches in an hour doesn't sound like a lot. That's like
In the back of a semi?
1.5 per minute.
Okay.
I'm telling you, I like you.
But it's not like-
I could probably knock out 100 chicken sandwiches in half the time.
No, but we're just talking about that truck rolling around Wisconsin and handing them out to people. They just prepackaged like this little thing, and then they would hand them out, just like you would do as a marketing play. It wasn't a race, but they just wanted to make it so that they could bust through 100 chicken sandwiches in an hour. There was no time constraints or anything. It was that's just what they wanted to be able to do.
Okay.
So it's the back of a truck.
That just doesn't sound like a lot.
It doesn't need to be a lot. That's all right. I mean, what? So unless they're standing in the crowd of 50,000 people who are saying, I want Chick-fil-A.
If you have a semi,
But no, they were just doing like a test run where they drive it around. If you ever saw Shark Tank with the little to-go things of cookie dough, they were up at that pick and save over there off of Aberg. She even said that they were on Shark Tank. So it's just a marketing thing that they sit somewhere and they make sandwiches. It's okay. But
He got the sandwiches before anybody else got the sandwiches.
that was the whole point of that. So I'm gonna go ahead and put that shit to bed.
So
right?
I ate 100 chicken
I
sandwiches.
do. You are completely. No, I didn't eat no motherfucking 100 chicken sandwiches. I had one and a couple cookies. Okay, I ain't want none. Man, all right. So
You know that people are dying for these chicken sandwiches.
dude, apparently at Popeyes, yeah. With this guy,
Wait, okay. I guess I shouldn't say that, but did he die or was
yeah,
it just
he stabbed to death.
to death?
To death outside of Popeyes. There was started off as a feud in the line because somebody was skipping, and some people would say maybe they'll try and say like maybe
Where was this?
this one Maryland.
Oh, so more relevantly, it's a suburb of Washington, D.C.
Maryland.
Shut up.
Maryland. Anyway,
What is so special about these chicken sandwiches?
nobody fucking knows, man. It's so
does Popeye just it?
no. They didn't have a chicken sandwich. Popeyes is just a chicken place, And then,
Okay, so they launched their chicken
Just
sandwich,
yeah.
and everyone
in
came
response-
out.
in
response
response to the Chick-fil-A's chicken sandwich.
Tweet.
Yeah,
Because they
which is
responded.
bun plus chicken plus pickles equals love.
So Chick-fil-A tweeted that,
And then
Popeyes
Popeyes just came out of nowhere in beast mode.
and
and
Just like, oh, that sounds good.
oh yeah,
pickles on chicken in between
no,
bread.
well, there's pickles on the Chick-fil-A one.
Are there
They-
on the Popeye?
Yeah, there is. Yeah, it's bun, pickles, and I think there's a little bit of mayonnaise and a little bit of cheese maybe, but it's just a better. They tried to come out with a better chicken sandwich, and it just erupted in chaos and all the hoods and shit. Like these motherfuckers were just filled in little suburban areas as well too. I know I'm not trying to be.
What?
Just see how judgmental his eyes were.
Just look at me. It's like, and also in the little white suburbia.
So I mean, it's ridiculous.
Wow.
There was a lady in a Mercedes Benz going in, and I drew a little diagram here. You see that? I was prepared.
That is
You
the
see that
Mercedes
little
Benz logo.
diagram?
Yeah, you did it.
You see it's
There's-
going
there's a
into
cute
the
little
right,
car
and there's
there.
a car to the left, and then it's going together to try and get up to the speaker. This lady
She's got hair.
scraped.
You drew those tits way too big, Travis.
And that butt even bigger.
Wow. She's
Oh,
in the
man.
driver's seat. How can you even see it?
She's standing up. Why is she standing up, Travis?
To see the booty?
Anyway,
All right, come on.
completely.
Let me see that porn.
No.
All right.
Don't look at it anymore.
Too horny.
But yeah, what are those yellow things that stick out of the ground? They're like all
Pylons?
cement. Is that what they are? Yeah.
That's
So
football.
a yellow.
That's also cement.
Well, you better be right.
Right.
Anyway, just completely mangled the entire passenger side of her Mercedes Benz to try and get in front of this motherfucker to get a goddamn.
Wait.
chicken
So
sandwich.
there was a lady in a Benz, and who
As another, I think it was a Toyota. Wow, the Toyota was coming in
just
first.
wrecked her shit.
Yeah, because they were trying to squeeze into one
Okay,
spot,
right.
and her side where she was squeezing in was very, very close to the pylon there, to the point of pushing in her side of that side of the car a few more inches.
It's fine.
No, it's not.
He's looking it up. Oh, that's funny. And then also erupting fights within employees. There was one guy who was selling the shit out the back door of Popeyes, like as a side gig. Like he was stealing chicken sandwiches off the line and slanging them in the back for like.
This was a guy who worked there.
Yeah.
And he got fired for doing that?
Oh yeah. But not before a big ass fucking fight broke out between him and the other employees, which I don't even understand the other employees. I don't really. Like what?
Probably because he didn't cut them in on it.
So one of his coworkers got mad at him for selling out.
Yeah,
chicken sandwiches.
yeah. I think it might have been the manager, but either which way it goes, like it's a pretty heavy chain. Like if you can get yours, get yours.
I got two thoughts on that. Like one, that's awesome. Go that.
That's
guy.
how I feel
All
about
right.
it.
But like, my other thought is like, put yourself in like the pissed off, like we're busy right now. Like, can you stop selling chicken sandwich out the back door and help us with our actual customers?
He's trying to help out the line, man. You know what I'm saying? Like he's reducing the line.
I guess the world needs people like that, right?
Well, God, I mean, so
But like, so he's selling sandwiches out the back door, and he's just pocketing all the money.
yeah, I mean,
Good for that guy.
I totally agree with that, and especially if I was the dish guy, I'd be up in there just I need this, and then all the chaos, just grab a few and bring them all back, Shit, we got dropped that day too, Like, come on, might as well get a couple $2 for those dropped ones. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I guess you could just do that. Just like,
Secondhand chicken sandwiches.
Sorry, they don't call me Shaky Hands Joe for nothing, all right? I'm sorry. I dropped 40 sandwiches. I didn't want to throw them in the trash.
Sold them out the back.
Sold them out the back door.
And a discounted chicken sandwich.
Thank you, Joe.
Don't worry, only slightly used.
30% off with packaging damages.
That works.
I think it would be, I mean, that guy, he's a hero at that point. Because you can imagine. Well,
I was going to say, he's doing the right thing. He's not doing the right thing. He's doing the best thing, I guess.
Well, I mean, you're talking like 25 to 50 cars in a parking lot. Like, that, I mean, in the drive-through line.
I don't get the hype, all right?
Like, no, okay. So Boosie Badass didn't get the hype either.
Who's Boosie Badass?
I really don't know. I really tried to know.
Are you shitting me, man?
He's a hip hop artist. I've never heard any of his music. I don't think. I don't know. I know Lil Boosie. I don't know if Lil Boosie's the same as Boosie Badass. You know what I mean? But I don't really think that really matters. He's just rich and famous. He went and waited 50 minutes to get one. 50 minutes, and then proceeded to shit all over it as soon as he got it. He said it was regular. That shit regular, man. And he said, I'm mad. Y'all tripping. This bitch. He was pissed. Those are just the highlighted words that I caught off the video. Justin Bieber apparently didn't like it either.
What?
And
the chicken sandwich?
Gunna. He's a rapper too. Very disappointed as well. He was a little nicer about it, but very disappointed. And then I guess the last thing I have is this 55-year-old lady who goes in there and says she got double charged for a chicken sandwich. She only got one. She got charged for two. And they were yelling at her, probably just, completely frustrated and ready to kill somebody anyway. And then she was like shitting back. This lady was white and she had about 4 fucking, ghetto ass motherfuckers yelling at her from the other side of the from the other side of the register. And then this lady proceeded to call them a nigger. Sorry, you can edit that out. A N-word.
Okay. All right.
Non-emphasis, non-emphasis, non-emphasis. Emphasis.
Well, yeah. Abrupt hard R. All right.
Absolutely.
Pick up your mic.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Wait. So she ordered one of these sandwiches and she got charged twice, and then four employees work there were yelling at her.
Started yelling back.
Yeah, they were just yelling at each other because
and she
were.
dropped an N-bomb on them.
She dropped the N-bomb. Yep. They were talking about her being escorted out and everything like that, and then the big ass dude who she was talking to literally body slammed the shit out of her outside, and then proceeded to scream in her face like, first of all, congratulations, bro, you whooped your grandma's ass, bro. Second of all, he broke 6 of that bitch's ribs, her kneecap, and shattered her arm, all in that one body throw.
Yeah.
55 years old.
Yeah.
Like, damn. He slammed her hard as hell.
These better be the best fucking chicken sandwiches.
Well, that's why I kind of brought up earlier, like, maybe you should get some chicken sandwiches on the way here, because of all of this, like, I'm seeing all this, and I'm pretty sure I know what it's going to taste like. It's going to be a fucking
it's
chicken
gonna be
sandwich.
Chicken, in between shitty bread with pickles on top of it.
With shitty pickles with with less mayo than there should be.
I like the pickles, and we don't need to have a ton of mayo on our chicken sandwich, Mr. White.
Have you had the sandwich?
No, not yet.
Okay.
I was wanting to have one today, but Drew didn't want to go pick them up.
I'm saying their pickles are probably shitty.
Putting that on you, buddy.
I'm not your fucking Uber Eats driver, all right? You want some fucking chicken sandwiches, you can get a chicken sandwich. Okay, so what about the stabbing?
Well, the stabbing, apparently one guy was in line, and then the other guy some other guy like skipped ahead of him. And then they proceeded to have an altercation, fighting, yelling at each other. Ended up going outside, and I believe it was right outside. It was like right where it happened. But it might have happened right before they got to the torture, so it might have been inside though, because the picture that they had looked like that there was a stretcher inside the building. So I'm assuming they got like right to the door or something. Dude just got out and stabbed him to death, you know. so you know, you're literally talking about, here's this amazing chicken sandwich, and I'm gonna go try this chicken sandwich, and you know, I get skipped in line and then stabbed, and then or I go and get this chicken sandwich because it's so good, see this motherfucker I don't like and skip him, and then I stab somebody, and I'm probably going to go to jail because you were going out to get this chicken sandwich.
Jesus fucking Christ, man.
All over this chicken sandwich, in which Popeyes is refusing to pull the product. But just the pure amount of chaos. I mean, it'll die down at some point, but it's really like it's like blood money at this point.
I mean,
it's like
never mind all the chickens that die.
it's basically whenever
one person.
It's basically whenever a McRib comes out, plus Black Friday.
Oh my God, yeah, and you know, just listening to some of these stories online, like just the sheer amount of people, and like what time they got there, and how fast they sold out, and I mean, it's absolutely ridiculous, and I don't know how. I mean, that, you know, what the worst part is that like you could just, like, somebody from a different country can just look at that story and be like, America, just.
That's not even okay.
America. we release a fast food sandwich, and it creates a complete and utter chaotic, people dying, people getting morbidly injured.
Okay. Have you ever seen the movie Green Street Hooligans?
I have not.
Have you seen this movie? You may, because you're European, you may be familiar with this firm or this principle. Fuck. So Green Street Hooligans, it has Frodo in it, and Frodo,
Elijah Wood.
Yeah, Elijah, that guy.
Frodo.
He gets, I don't know, he gets denied a promotion at his job, or he gets cheated on by his girlfriend or something. All right, like there's like the inciting incident. I don't remember it. But so Frodo has to go to Europe to hang out with his cousin, and his cousin has this shifty ass friend who's Charlie Hunnam, the guy from Sons of Anarchy. All right, and he's like, oh yeah, just hang out with Charlie Hunnam one day. Here's $200. Just go drink at the pub, whatever. And Charlie Hunnam threatens him, and he's like, hey, I need that money off of you. And Elijah Wood stands up for himself, and he's like, no, I'm not going to do that. And then blah, 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 blah. Is this like a real concept? So Charlie Hunnam tells him, he's like, oh, I'm in a firm. What's a firm? It's like, we're basically Eagles fans, but for soccer. In that we're a gang that will beat up the fans of another team.
Soccer hooligans.
Hooligans, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's absolutely a thing. There was... I mean, it happened the worst in, like, England and things in the 70s and 80s.
So that's
and the 90s.
Yeah, that's what this movie's about.
But, I mean, even as recently, like, a couple of years ago in Egypt, like, dozens of people died in a stampede at a soccer stadium over some club. It was, like, just, yeah. It's same thing in England. They would, like, there would either be, like, fights between, like, opposing club fans, hooligans basically, or like people would sort of like at college football games when they like rush the field, they wouldn't rush the field. They would just
they would just like, kill the people in the front row.
The amount of like the amount of shit happening
Pressure.
behind the people would crush them against.
I mean, I
push
totally,
them through a fine mesh screen, basically.
I totally get that, but like at the same time,
what you're telling me is that like this is all happening over a fucking chicken sandwich that will happen every day forever.
Well, it's all right. So you're talking about
as opposed to a soccer.
So what are we talking about? We're talking about the passion of it. Yeah, like okay, motherfuckers get passionate over sports and whatever, but that means that these select Americans are passionate over this Popeyes chicken sandwich, like passionate.
So.
Like willing to ruin their own property. That's where we're going with this.
Just sandwich hooligans. Just roving bands of sandwich hooligans
over
around.
a chicken sandwich.
That's what post-apocalyptic Mad Max America is. Roving bands of sandwich hooligans.
It's not post-apocalyptic though, all right?
I'm saying
it's mid-apocalyptic.
So hold on.
I'm saying when the bombs go off, all we have left are the Burger King hooligans.
We're not there yet, though. All right,
so
this is the beginning.
One of my buddies made a post on Facebook, and I didn't really understand it until after I dug into it a little bit. And he said that, whatever. Like I'm gonna be chilling out here while y'all turning into zombies from like the chicken sandwich, like it has something in there that's gonna turn everybody who's eating it like a zombie or some shit. I don't know, but it would be
mind control that tracks.
Pretty shitty, but but like absolute fucking hooligans over a chicken sandwich, like just a chicken sandwich, and I'm quite frankly disappointed in everybody who had anything to do with even sitting in line for 3.5 hours for a chicken sandwich. Like, don't you have better shit to do with your life? I'm pretty sure there's a raise you could be working on or something like that instead of standing in line and wasting your time for a goddamn chicken sandwich. Yeah.
So, smooth segue from customers being rude to each other to customers being rude to servers.
Funny you should bring this up. So I don't know if this falls under the rude category so much, but Saturday night when we were closing up, we had a genuinely crazy lady there.
Ooh.
And
Seabass's favorite.
So I told her it was like 10 minutes. It was like 10 whatever minutes after closing. And I was like, hey, like you need to leave. And she like just like has that kind of twinkle in her eye, and she like looks at me and she's like, you trying to see the ass? I was like, what? I was like, you trying to feel the pink? I was like, no, like you just gotta go.
Whoa.
And like I genuinely didn't know what to say to her, and it's just like I just like walked away, and the security came and like grabbed her and like like tossed her out, because like
Probably liked it.
we're closing up, all right. But like I talked to my coworker about this. It was Taylor, and he was like, yeah, she said to me, she's like, give me your hand, I'll pee in it.
Oh. Oh.
Oh,
Interesting.
It's just like,
She's been doing some shit, I guess.
she's trying at least. Damn.
Was that called like the cup of tea?
I think that's a cup of pee, actually.
But Travis, whatever floats your boat, I suppose.
It's like a weird sex thing,
When I'm at work, I try to be a constant professional, even to like the crazy people. But sometimes it's just it makes me want to stab someone over a chicken sandwich a little bit.
So
it's not easy.
So this is it. So we are really ready to kill each other and beat each other because of how we treat each other.
Well, I mean, so when you're in this line of work, you're kind of a contractor who can be terminated at any point.
That's very true.
In that, like, if you piss off the wrong person and they're so self-righteous that they need to talk to your boss about it, like, you could be in a little bit of trouble,
Well, and that's
like,
why you keep a smile on your face.
Yeah, absolutely. But, like, in the same right, some people are just determined creeps,
Yeah, really weird. So the thing is, what I would like to roll into is just how customers actually act, especially towards just like you're just somebody who's literally just trying to serve you your food and make sure you have a decent time, And I came across a study that was talking about the reaction from the rest of the restaurant when those instances happen. But Seabass went through it a hell of a lot better than I did, so I'm gonna have him read off a few finer points of this study.
Okay.
Hold on. Let's take a quick break, all right?
Ready, girls?
Okay. All right, what's next, all right?
That's next. It's this article that Seabass is
the
going
root
to
study.
dive into everybody.
All right, girls, are you ready?
This is starting to feel like work.
Oh. It's not.
Yeah.
This is fun.
This is fun?
We get to drink.
That's right. We don't get to drink at work. You know what? You got me there, Travis.
So speaking of work and what we all know so well, talked about customers being shitty to other customers because of sandwiches.
Yes, Bass.
Now we're going to talk about a study that researchers at the University of Calgary, namely Sandy Hershkovitz.
Calgary, Canada.
Calgary, yeah. Canada, yeah.
They have people in Canada.
They can.
Apparently, at least this one researcher.
Wait, they have mean people in Canada.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I
You ever
assume
see Super
they ship-
Troopers too.
They have rude customers.
You
in
ever
Canada.
see Super Troopers too?
Hell no.
No. Okay.
Nobody's seen that movie.
Sorry.
So it wasn't actually people being rude. How they set up. So, yeah, researchers from the University of Calgary in Canada did a research where they paid an actor to be a rude customer. So
Okay.
they weren't actually. They were paid to be rude, and then also paid a server from the restaurant. It was like they were both in on it, and then they gauged and tested the rest of the restaurant's reactions to see
So it was like dinner theater.
essentially, and then to see what the other customers in that server section
How they
would
reacted.
do. And so it was across the board support
Support for
for the server. It was
Okay.
like, so 11% intervened like directly in the situation.
All right.
73% didn't, but in other ways supported the victimized server.
Leave more money.
And it's important, left higher tips,
Said something empowering,
more verbally, like verbalized compliments, or left better reviews.
Sure. Yeah.
And were also more empathetic, friendlier to that specific server than to other staff members.
Okay.
However, it's important to emphasize victimized server, because if, like, say...
The Confederate, basically. Like the person who was in
Yeah.
on the...
Yeah, well, so there was also, they like tried different, like, in some instances the server would be like total victim, like just take blame for everything, say sorry profusely, and that was when the most support was given. And also the ruder the customer is a direct correlation, the more they get supported. But if the server, in other times when the server took matters into their own hands or was rude back, all of that went out the window. There was no empathy.
Yep. Done.
So it was only when
They
there was
killed
there
him
was
with
there was a definite victim in the situation.
Yep. And even if you do it, it'll sometimes it'll even make that person start to feel bad. Especially like gauging the tension in the room. I've done it. I've done it to many people.
So I had an example, I guess, that pertains to this particular study. Because there was one time, it was a customer at a table, and the server rang in. It was a Cosmopolitan. They wanted a Cosmopolitan made wrong, basically. And yeah, so the customer said, "Oh, I want a Cosmo with no triple sec and extra cranberry juice or something like that."
So they wanted a vodka cranberry?
Up.
So there's also an ounce of lime juice
Oh, yeah.
in a Cosmo, and that was the problematic part for the customer, because I made it how it was rang in and how it was ordered, and so I was like, this is basically this is vodka, lime juice, and cranberry juice. So there's nothing to balance out the acidity of the bitterness of the lime juice. And so I was like, all right, whatever, like you have faith that like the person knows what they want. Blah blah blah. blah. Made it.
It sounds terrible.
I strawed it. It was really bad. put it in the window, but I made it to the specifications that were given to me. All right. And then not a minute later, the dude comes to the bar, and he's just like a dick, And he I was like, "Hey, how's it going, sir?" And he immediately just opens right up. He's like, "We got a bad Cosmo here." And I was like, "What's the problem?" And he's like, "It just doesn't taste right." And I was like, "What would you like?" And you were right. Like, he just wanted a vodka cranberry. And like, okay, like, we can make a vodka cranberry in a cocktail glass if you want, all right? But you don't feel cool saying that you want a vodka cranberry.
Yeah.
You've defaulted to Cosmopolitan, no triple sec.
That's hilarious.
And so, like, I talked to him, like, we got to the root of the problem, and I was just like, here you go. He was like, oh, it's better, cool, awesome. Went back to his table, awesome. And there was a dude at the bar, and he's like, you handled that very well.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah? He's like, yeah, no, I wouldn't have handled that quite as well.
No.
And it like, turns out he was like another service industry guy.
Yep.
And it's just like, all right, awesome. You want to take a shot?
Yeah, absolutely. Made a new buddy. This weekend we had some people there, and they left. This guy came back, and this place is like shoulder to shoulder right now. Like, it is just absolutely full. Comes up to the bar, weasels his way through the crowd to the bar and says, "Hey man, I lost my red UW sweater." And then looked at me. I said,
What today?
He said, well, we were in here earlier. And
Hey man, my grandma died.
Then he proceeded to say, like, well, I was in here earlier, and I think I left my red UW sweater. And I just, like, look out over the crowd, and it's just it's a Badger day. Like that, everybody's got one on, you know. But I have like two people I'm finishing up with their cocktails, right? And while I'm talking to them, like I'm shaking, talk to them, stirring, talk. You know what I'm saying? And then it's just that busy. And then they're like watching him watch me, and I'm just like, going through. And then I was like, dude, look, all right, I've been behind the bar. The only thing I can do is get a server and see if they've seen it. But as you can see, we're extremely busy. It's gonna take a second to rally up the crew to find your sweater, and he stood there.
Hold on. I'm calling the police real quick.
It was absurd. And I even told him to go out by the door, and he decided to stay like up by the bar. Yeah. And while I was telling him to go out by the door, 8 more customers walk up to the table or up to the bar and just start yelling drinks at me. And I decided to serve their drink really quick. And then
this is the right thing to do.
That's what I thought. Yeah. It's my job. My job is not to look for your red sweater that you left here.
What did Spock say? All right, it's the needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few. The incredibly idiot.
Yeah. Who left this shit there in the first place?
Worthless piece of shit boomer motherfuckers who can't keep track of their sweaters.
Yeah. Well, to make matters worse, I'm like, I just give me 1 minute,
I'm positive that's a direct quote.
Yeah, it is a direct quote.
Yeah. Word for word.
Yeah. All right, sorry.
And he proceeded to go to one of my coworkers and just not even ask her about it, just ask what my name was, because now he was mad.
Comment card.
Yeah, like instant Yelp review. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, we got a Spike H on our hands.
Like he was on his phone. I'm pretty sure he had it typed and just had to plug in my name.
What is the male Karen? There's got to be a male Karen, right?
Yeah, I don't know.
Male Karen.
A male Karen.
All right, homework for the week.
Why don't we work on that for next week so you can come up with the best one? Do some research, gentlemen.
All right, what were we talking about? All right.
But rude customers.
Rude
but I mean,
customers.
also it's like, but this study. I mean, you were talking about. Well,
No,
that
yeah.
was
So let
two.
me finish. Let me finish. So what ended up happening though was, they, the people next to me that were watching it, they were just kind of like, yeah, I'm sorry, he was being that way, and then they dropped like an extra $5 bill on the bar. That happened several times.
And it's sort of like even like directly what happened when one night I was serving. It wasn't necessarily that there was any one rude customer. I mean, there was a period when you have tables that are extra needy.
Yeah.
They're not assholes about anything. They just need something all the time.
Yeah.
Yep.
And that becomes more of an issue when you have 7 tables, but they're not outright rude.
Yeah, no,
they're not being an asshole. But even so, people like other tables
like,
seeing me run around. That's
almost worse though, because of the implied servitude of it.
Yeah.
They just don't know how to act.
No,
they don't
just
know how to
not even
organize themselves.
not even being situationally aware.
It's incredibly selfish because it's like,
not knowing how to.
This is my special day out, all right. And I want to get
everybody
doted
else
on.
here.
Yeah,
They don't understand restaurant etiquette. They don't know how
that's
to.
not even restaurant etiquette. All you're saying at that point is, I am better than all these other people.
Yeah.
You need to serve my needs, and then they come second, and then that's what it turns into.
No. It's not even that. It's that other people don't even exist to them.
Yeah, not even exist. That's a good way to put it. Yeah.
But it never got to the point like it's like there's that implied like tone of selfishness, but it only ever becomes a problem if you can't actually deal with it.
Well, for yourself.
Because what, as a server or as a customer?
As a server.
Oh, I mean,
nothing even like escalated to the point. People just like other tables, like it's just saw me running around and overheard, and nothing ever became a problem. But after the rush, every single one was like, "Oh, hey, by the way, you did a good job. I don't care what anybody else says."
Yeah.
It's like everybody else says the same thing. So thank you. But that was
I'd tip Seabass.
I'd tip Seabass.
I'd give Seabass the whole thing.
But only the tip. Oh.
he just gets my tip.
We have different rules of engagement, and that's okay.
But yeah, I mean, I just think it's really interesting. I think it's more of like a silver lining like kind of article to help people in the industry.
It's
you
kind
know?
of, yeah. It's,
Well,
it's
and I don't
kind
even know, like, and it's really not saying anything. It's just, because it's just in a
Giving you
restaurant
another way to
setting. But
look at
you
it,
can,
yeah.
you can,
Well,
you
so
can, you can
what,
put
what
this.
it is saying is like it's like you literally have to kill people with kindness.
Yeah.
Like so
but
as
it's-
soon as like you like stand your ground or like you be snarky back, you know, or be shitty back or like fight fire with fire. Someone's
Yeah.
if being like you know like giving you attitude and you give them attitude back, like immediately all that empathy, like all you know
Yeah,
the people
it's-
watching. Like
all of a sudden,
they
it
just
becomes
don't care.
all of a sudden it becomes an equal battleground again, and it's like okay, it's not like somebody needs to get rescued.
Yeah.
but I mean it doesn't.
like, okay,
but
like,
you could
yeah.
extrapolate this. You could extrapolate this article into literally
word.
any other social situation. It doesn't have to be a restaurant. It's just saying that when somebody is being victimized, other people are more likely than not to support them.
But who?
That's-
you know,
Like people,
That's not what this article is advocating
Like
for.
the underlying thing is like yes, everyone should be nice. Blah 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 blah. However, in reality, there are assholes in this world. There will forever be assholes in this world.
Yeah.
And apparently, there's two ways to deal with an asshole: is to be an asshole back or give the asshole what they want.
yeah.
And apparently, the correct answer is to just be passive.
You know, we all have ways. You know, we just have a choice on how we're gonna handle it. You know, and you can either be rude back and just roll the dice
And I
and
suppose
see what happens.
more
or-
directly pertaining to, and where they did correlated to restaurant work and the service industry, was that when asked like why they supported, gave an extra tip, verbalized a comment or
This is
compliment.
in the study.
In the study,
Okay.
it was sort of the perception that they know that the servers are taught the customer is always right.
Yeah.
So it's like they have to be a victim. If they're doing their job correctly, it's institutionalized to roll over.
Yeah.
There. I mean, yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's there. If they're not going to directly intervene, they're going to make sure that they're compensating you in some other way that's
Yeah.
valuable for you, whether it be however they think it's valuable.
Yeah. So people weed that out of people. Like I literally watch them do it too. Like
So-
But it's sort of like, so it's institutionalized to roll over. But ideally, and like you said, some people are just assholes. But then they're like the general quorum is that most people know the rules of engagement, so that if they see somebody acting outside of those rules of engagement, they can, if not understand and empathize, make up for it even.
I guess that's a good point because there are rules of engagement.
Yeah.
And they only apply to the service staff.
Well, to a certain extent.
But like, I mean, you can have rude customers.
I mean,
you can have totally awesome
I
customers.
suppose, yeah, there are rules of engagement for service staff. There are suggestions of engagement for customers.
Put a bow on it.
I said my piece.
All right. Not to go from one listicle to another listicle, but we have one more for you, and then we're going to wrap it up. All right? Bass, take it away.
Take it away.
I'm a bartender, and these are the drinks that we secretly judge you for ordering.
Yes. Yes.
Where is this from?
From Business Insider, a couple months ago, summer, June 23rd, 2019.
Okay.
It's fairly recent.
Yeah.
Bars are filled with people trying to look cool. Maybe you're trying to impress your squad. Maybe you're trying and failing to woo someone on a first date.
Does it
Wait,
say
it says
failing?
and failing?
And failing.
I like this person.
Or maybe you just want to appear cool in front of me, your bartender. And why not? Bartenders are hip. We stand in front of people and do things most people probably can't do. So it's no surprise that folks sometimes try to impress us.
Who wrote this?
And Emma Whitman,
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
who looks like she's a bartender. That's why it's first person.
All right, go
So
on.
it's no surprise that folks sometimes try to impress us, or at least not disappoint us, when it's their big moment in front of us, ordering a drink. Oh.
Okay.
Oh, here, hold on. He noticed.
So, gee, right in front of me, I wouldn't notice.
All right, safety first.
Apparently, Seabass second.
Gotta edit that out now, man.
No, we don't.
So,
Continue.
first on the list of you trying to not be a disappointment, but you ending up a disappointment.
It's amazing.
You order a filthy martini with a top shelf spirit.
Yeah.
With a few exceptions, such as when the cocktail is super spirit forward, house cocktails are always made with the bottom shelf or well spirits.
Yeah.
Because why waste a perfectly good top shelf spirit? If I gave you a blind tasting of two filthy martinis, one with Grey Goose and one with the well vodka, I highly doubt you'd be able to tell which was which.
Be impossible.
No,
At least not in a meaningful way.
Yeah, that's just wrong. Okay,
Some
you
bartenders,
have never tried shitty vodka before.
apparently they rail as Tito's or something.
But if it tastes more like olive
real is
juice
Tito's.
than the actual booze, he's saying, like if the parts are just astronomical, then what does it matter? You're not even gonna taste.
Okay, but like the difference between Fleischmann's and Grey Goose, like you would be able to tell.
I don't think so.
regardless of the olive juice.
I really don't think so.
Oh, that's what we're doing next week.
Okay.
Some bartenders go so far as to judge any and all dirty martini orders, especially when a blue cheese stuffed olive is requested.
Yeah, I mean that's a dumb request.
Personally-
I personally hate it when people
I've been going off on the blue cheese
hate
olive shit
people
lately.
who ask for their drink based on the food that comes with their drink.
Yeah.
This is like the most Wisconsin thing ever, but
Yeah,
Personally, I'm unbothered. That is until you besmirch a
native.
perfectly good top shelf gin or vodka that can stand on its own. Second, actually, requesting an uppermost echelon spirit in any mixed drink is kind of silly.
yeah.
The same principle
I agree.
applies with any mixed drink, even if it's a more refined cocktail like an old fashioned. Refined.
that's refined.
Keep in mind, they're not doing Wisconsin
yeah.
old fashions. I'll do it, but it will hurt me inside to add even a dash of bitters and a bar spoon of sweetener to the $25 Nika Coffee Whiskey Old Fashioned you just ordered. We judge when large groups all order the same thing. Yes.
So no.
Actually, it's easier.
I
do.
disagree with that point, all
easier
right?
for me.
Because that's just efficient.
It's
a lot easier.
It's so much easier
Yeah.
to make 6 of the same
Yeah.
drink rather than
Yeah.
6 individual drinks.
I had this asshole
But
say,
it's
"I
when
need
you see
10
one
old
person.
fashions."
But it's when
Oh.
you see one person go, "I'll have
Okay.
this," and go,
The
and
whole
people,
other
and then
yeah.
people will
squad's
just go,
like,
I don't know
Oh
that.
yeah, me too.
That's what they're talking
Five
about.
more
Yeah.
times. Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean,
then you suck as a person.
It's just use a little originality. Don't be a sheeple.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, yeah. There's like a little bit of judgment there, but like
Especially making the same cocktail
that's
consecutively.
way more efficient.
Not if it's consecutive. Like you're just
Oh,
getting
so, like-
done with one of them,
so,
and then
like,
somebody's
yeah,
like, "Oh, I'll take one of those
if
too."
you make a whiskey sour,
then you can go to hell and die.
I'll too have a. Yeah, all right, fine.
Yeah, after it's done, like they let them
Fine.
taste
Okay,
it.
I guess that's
Yeah.
maybe that's the silver lining of the article.
Yeah.
All right. So, don't be square.
I disagree with that though. I'm just,
Don't be
It's
square.
consecutive.
Live a little. Just because you're wearing matching bachelor or bachelorette tees doesn't mean your drink orders have to correspond to.
It's fair. Explore a little bit. Just try something you
Next.
haven't ever had.
Ask for your martini shaken. Please, unless it's a Vesper, calm down, James Bond. There's a reason martinis are stirred, and it has nothing to do with how manly you are, and everything to do with the type of ingredients involved. Our decision to stir instead of shake is pretty cemented, and it's based on how the ingredients dilute, interact, and ultimately appear in the
decision.
glass.
It's facts.
I like when you do that though. Like that's when people who are like, "Oh, can I have it extra cold, please?"
Yeah. Well, yeah. What the fuck
Yeah.
do you want me to do, man? Not fucking Mr. Freeze back here.
Yeah, but I think that's along the same lines of people just see it as like in James Bond, shaken, not stirred.
Oh yeah. So I'm trying to be James Bond.
I'm
so
trying to be
can-
cool.
Can you shake my martini? So
Yeah,
it's,
please
so
don't
it's
fucking
extra
James-
mixed.
Just
If James
don't
Bond
say
likes
that.
it, I'm gonna like
Yeah.
it too.
Yeah.
You're not cute or funny.
Yeah.
So-
All right, fair.
Next, you order a Long Island iced tea when you're somewhere fancy. Assess your environment. Look around. Say, for example, there aren't peanut shells on the floor, the lighting is decent, and your bartender is wearing a tie vest or blouse. Don't order a Long Island iced tea or a blue motorcycle.
Thank you.
Hold on.
Thank you.
If your bartender's not wearing a tie.
No, if they are like if
If
you're
their
in, like,
bartender is wearing
yeah.
a tie, vest, or blouse,
like in
don't order
a
a Long
classier
Island
place.
martini.
Like don't like the ass who came up to me and asked for a UV blue and Red Bull. You know.
Okay, all right. I don't care about that.
Yeah.
But if your bartender's wearing a tie or a vest or a blouse, fuck that.
Oh, don't order one of those, or a blue motorcycle, an Irish trash can, or a slippery nipple. These are cocktails designed
What's a
basically to
blue
get you.
motorcycle?
I don't
I don't
know.
know either.
Apparently, they're cocktails designed basically to get you as drunk as possible, as quickly as possible,
Yeah.
and they taste unremarkable.
Yeah.
Let a bartender at a refined joint get you drunk in at least a memorably tasty way.
Okay.
But by all means, when you find
Okay.
yourself at a dive, go ahead and revel in the blasphemy of combining multiple spirits in one glass.
I'm going to take a kind of contrarian take here. That a Long Island has 5 different spirits in it. And the fact that it's palatable, that's pretty remarkable. I would say that.
I don't know. God, it's no.
You're putting vodka
No,
and
the
gin
tequila,
and
the
rum
tequila,
and tequila,
the tequila just
and
takes
triple
over.
sec
The
and
tequila takes over. It's a
all
little
in the
bit more
same glass,
pungent than
and,
the
like,
other
you can
ones.
actually, people like white trash like actually drinks that. Like,
Yeah, I get it. It just tastes like tequila with some citrus and some fucking.
listen, I hate making them because they're stupid, and like when someone orders one, I know you're white trash. But the cocktail alone is kind of a miracle.
Okay, I guess you can.
Just don't
I
order
guess
one
you could
at
say
a black
that.
tie establishment.
Yeah. Like you're not gonna walk up to some $100 a plate place, but yo, let me get a Strong Island.
So, on the opposite end of the spectrum,
if you're doing that, you're living your truth.
Let me get
Like,
a Strong.
I want to check out, this $100 steak, but I also want to be very drunk when I do it.
so on the opposite end of the spectrum, but slightly more reasonable, I think the next one is, and when you're at a dive bar, you order something obnoxiously high end. Don't ask the bartender what smoked salts the bar has available for a bespoke margarita when you're at a dive bar. On second thought, never ask us about our smoked salts. It's an inquiry that somehow manages to make you sound both silly and pretentious.
It's true though. Who
That
the
is
fuck cares?
okay. That has never happened.
Yeah, but
Ever.
but other things like people asking like, like ingredients or something on a cordial.
But even
or
if somebody
something,
asks for like a Manhattan at a dive bar, it's like, yeah, they have the ingredients to make it, but
Manhattan is
They're
3
probably not good
ingredients,
at it.
all
which I
It's-
know they have
there's
it.
vermouth and whiskey. All right, like
I know it's not
but
difficult,
that's how you
but
get a
you're
shaken
out of
Manhattan.
principle, you're going to drink a Manhattan at a dive bar.
yeah.
you grab a beer. You gotta go with the vibe of the place. Like that's kind of what I'm getting from this, which I agree with. There's no reason to go that dramatically against the grain. Like none. If you want to drink, go to a drink where they actually specialize in making those drinks, not where they specialize in giving you beer and pouring you a rum and coke.
So speaking,
I have some thoughts about.
So
this.
speaking
We
of
can talk
that-
about it later.
Okay,
all right?
sounds-
okay, so speaking of that, Travis,
the Manhattan v Dive Bar episode. Okay, like we can totally do this.
Sounds
okay,
good to me.
so but segueing on to what Travis just said, the next one is you order a rum and Diet Coke.
I didn't even read this.
You're drinking cane-based booze. You might as well pile it on.
Yeah.
Sugar.
That's so incredibly specific. I don't fucking care about that.
Next one is you order your drink in fingers. It's a joke among our crowd that the under 21s order in fingers to try and seem more sophisticated and less
Get
underage.
a couple of fingers of whiskey.
That's when customers use the width of their fingers to indicate how much liquor they want.
Wait, have either of you done that?
Is it
Personally
fingers
ordered
on the
like that?
bottom, though?
No.
Huh?
Personally ordered like that? No.
Yeah. Have you done
What, measured it?
that? Like ordered it by like, can I have a finger of whiskey?
No.
Yeah.
No.
Neither have I.
Basically, if you order your drink like this, I will ask to see your ID. Seriously. Next one. We were talking about this earlier.
That was always like a kitchen guy thing. It was always like, oh, can I have 2 fingers of whiskey?
It's fair.
Yeah.
I mean,
They
unless
were
it's
also
some,
mostly
60,
underage.
Yeah, 50, 60-year-old dude standing there. But if he's like a younger person, like, let me get a couple fingers of whiskey. Like,
So
I don't know why this lady's so mad about it. I'm not so mad about that.
So it's basically that you're trying to seem more older than you are.
Yeah.
And it's like, don't try to seem old. Just order normally, and you'll seem old.
This is like how to be cool to your bartenders, in which you're
Yeah.
trying to be cool for.
It's like, if you're trying to impress us, these are the ways that will not impress us.
because they're saying it to impress them.
So the
On the
next one-
contrary,
So the next one we talked
The
about.
lady's smart. I
We
like
talked
this
about
chick.
with Drew's Cosmo earlier. You order a complex drink whose substitutions make it a basic drink.
Yeah. Yeah.
You order a Cosmo minus the things that make it a Cosmo.
Okay, wow, this is an awesome article. I guess I've come full 180 on this one.
Yeah, when people try
This
to
bitch gets me.
when people try to mask their more basic but desired drink choice with substitutions, it's their insecurity that I judge, not their desire to have a vodka soda. So please, just ask for a vodka soda. Don't ask for a gimlet sub gin for vodka, sub lime for sweetener and soda.
You know, I had a customer who did, or no, a coworker who did that, who asked for a triple, like it was like a triple martini, no vermouth, add soda water. And it was just like, you just want a vodka soda.
You just want a triple tall vodka soda.
Okie dokie.
So the next one is gross. You arbitrarily add egg white to your drink. Whiskey sour, amaretto sour, Ramos gin fizz. These are the drinks it is appropriate.
Ramos.
Ramos?
Maybe Ramos. I don't fucking know.
These
of
are the
them.
drinks it is
But you did
appropriate
correct
to
him.
request egg white with. A gin and tonic is not.
Ew.
Wait,
That's what it said.
has anyone ever ordered for a gin and
I
tonic?
really hope this
at
article is not based out of experience. When you ask me to make whatever you want. Bartenders hate this. Don't do it. Be decisive. Also, here's a
Yeah.
trade secret from me to you. We have a favorite drink to make. It's called a neat pour of anything.
Thank you. Perfect.
That's such a Nick response.
Oh man, that's perfect.
You order a well-known brand, but dismiss my suggestions for a better, lesser-known one.
It's true.
Part of our job.
Wait, what?
So when you order a well-known brand, but dismiss my suggestions for a better, lesser-known one.
So it's just not listening to the bartender.
Yeah. Part of our job is to know what's well
asking the
marketed
question.
versus what's good. So I'll always throw side eye to someone who dismisses a suggested spirit that would have probably both saved them money and enhanced their drink.
Yeah, I mean, I think the ultimate currency, like when you're working, is your time. You know, so if a customer knows exactly what they want and you have it,
Why the hell not?
just
Yeah,
the hell?
but
Why
was
the
this-
hell not?
So the next two are decent. You order ice in your wine.
I hate that too.
I say
I
this
just
as a
feel
person who
uncomfortable
does this
doing it.
occasionally.
That's such a white lady
I
thing.
just feel uncomfortable doing it. I
The,
give it to him in the glass.
the description is, I say this as a person who does this occasionally, but only on $3 wine night and with a healthy dose of shame.
Yeah, it's true. She is.
I mean, like a bad wine is worse to drink than like a bad vodka. You know?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
I can get
So
behind that.
like,
I don't like really wine to begin with. so.
Water it down. Why the hell not?
water it down for sure.
So the next one, actually, I'm curious to see if how often you two have run into this. When you order Tito's with vodka,
I mean, okay, so like that's like a bit of a generalization. Where it's
it
like-
never fails to amuse me when this happens, and for some reason, this slip of the tongue only happens with Tito's.
Okay, that's just not true. Yeah. When people are like, I'll have a captain and a rum, or
You request an obscure garnish. Some people have weird neuroses about drink garnishes, while others treat the bartender like a Subway sandwich
into
artist
one of these,
at the
yeah.
garnish station. I fondly recall when a guest asked for a single blueberry in his drink, which for some reason we had on hand. Another common eye roll is asking for multiple Luxardo cherries. Fun fact, those babies cost 33 cents a pop.
Yeah,
yeah, but you know, like
they are good though.
they're good.
really
Like, it doesn't come out of my
Really
paycheck.
good, Yeah.
When you request a menu drink but ask to substitute vodka.
Okay, we've talked about we talked about this earlier today. Like, you shouldn't order your drink based on the garnish.
No,
No,
That fucking bums me out.
no,
that's ridiculous.
that's just retarded.
Yeah.
But when you request a menu drink but ask to substitute vodka,
There was. I mean,
I don't care about that.
yeah.
Okay,
I mean,
okay. Don't do this. Don't make me explain the vast taste difference between Scotch and vodka and why that substitution won't fly. don't order a rusty nail with vodka instead of Ardbeg.
Okay. So,
I get that.
this just like goes right back because it's like I give people the benefit of the doubt. Like if you know that you want vodka more than you want Scotch, I don't care.
And you
about
do like those ingredients.
Yeah,
and
I don't like. If you turn the drink back, like that's your bad.
That's on you.
That's not on me. I don't fucking care
I made
about
you
that.
what the hell you asked me to make
Yeah.
you.
I think that's the real takeaway from the article is that like you should know what you want. Just
Yes.
be an adult.
But
Figure out what drink makes you the most happy.
yeah, and that means being adventurous, trying some things out,
Yeah.
learning yourself too. So we had to talk a lot of shit about customers today,
Yeah.
and I love it. I'm very happy about it. but we
Today's
got to see
episode
different
was brought to you
angles.
by bad customers and why we should do everything to appease them.
Here's okay. I didn't want to do this, all right, because they fucking pay our bills, all right. Like
I know they pay our bills.
Yeah, well, yeah, but that's the thing. It's like showing like what you're up against and showing like what you need to do. You know, like, and it's just a common problem I see throughout the industry is people literally failing to deal with the shit that's going on. Essentially, even though that's what they're there to do, is just deal with the fuck is going
So
on.
unfortunately, there are general rules or suggestions of or opinions of engagement, but there are going to be, just like we have shitty customers, there are also going to be shitty bartenders, shitty servers. It's like that's just what they are. They
No,
can't-
no, no.
Sometimes you have really good customers.
No,
too.
people
No.
lie outside of the spectrum in both ways.
No. There are no shitty bartenders. All right, every bartender is perfect.
I need you to check. I need you to check yourself on that one. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Put a bow on it.
Put a bow on it.
Put a bow on it? All
Yeah.
right.
So customers,
Wrap it up.
customers, calm the fuck down. Just calm the fuck down. I swear to God. Just
Not how we wrap it up, Travis.
take away.
not how any of
Take
this
away
gets
for the
wrapped
night.
up.
Calm down.
We-
Servers, calm down. Bartenders,
Trap.
calm down.
All right, go ahead.
Just want to remind you boys the 3 L's in life: live, laugh, love.
Oh,
Jesus fucking Christ. How many white ladies have you been in your perpetual existence?
I have hung those signs up everywhere.
Are you living multiple timelines right now?
Dorm, studios, prison cells.
Jesus. Wait, were there any Live, Laugh, Loves in Orange is the New Black?
No, but there were during the French Revolution.
Interesting.
It's a bad joke.
I know. Well, you asked.
Anyway, big
You had
takeaway
to
for
go down
today,
that rabbit
guys.
hole. It took a left, and you wanted to go
takeaway
right.
for the guys. So how do we, let's sum up this lovely cast today. It's because I did it too.
Brought to you by the-
Yeah. Travis's very own episode.
But for real though, just
If you're standing in a line at a Popeye,
don't stab nobody.
Don't
Don't-
stab somebody.
don't stab anybody. If you're behind in a line at a Popeyes,
Don't skip it.
Don't skip in line. If you get skipped in line at a Popeyes, don't resort to stabbing them.
if you're a white lady in a Popeyes,
Don't call them the N word. And if you are that said N word,
come on.
God, don't body slam her. It's with Hurley Gray.
Don't break half of her bones.
Oh, jeez.
All right.
Yeah.
Where do we go from there?
Yeah.
This
yeah.
episode brought to you by the letter N.
Is it rated N? Anyway.
Yeah. Dear customers,
Yeah.
we love you.
Yeah.
Thank you for your patronage.
Mm-hmm.
Dear bad customers,
Mm-hmm.
we hate you. Learn how to cook.
That says best. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Learn how to cook. That's for sure.
Basically, if you have common sense, use it.
Yeah, you're there to make a buck. And
Don't be a dick if you don't have to.
Exactly. Keep your eyes on the prize. Following up.
Get money, better days.
Thank you. See, it all comes together. Right? Good job, Seabass. God.
All right. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.
Okay, bye.